Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how your reality is what you say it is. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I had a great session yesterday with one of the members of the channel, and she said basically, Tom, I just don't get it. In terms of shifting realities and imagining your wish fulfilled. She goes, it just feels like I'm lying to myself. And so right as we began the session, right as we were talking, she had this aha moment. And I want to share this with you because this is powerful, because I think there's been a lot of questions on that it feels like I'm lying. So I really want to hit this. So she starts out, I just don't get it. And this is in terms of shifting realities, imagining your wish fulfilled and all that. And she says, it feels like I'm lying to myself. And when she said, I'm not getting it, I go, exactly. I kept saying exactly. And then she goes, it feels like I'm lying to myself. I go, exactly. She goes, well, what do you mean by exactly? And then she stopped and in mid-sentence goes, I get it. Do you hear the impact here? In other words, when you say, I'm not getting it, well, that's God. That's who you are. You're not getting it, and you'll never get it. If you say it feels like I'm lying to myself, then it's impossible not to be lying to yourself. Do you get this, guys? Remember, it's not about linear time and appearances. And when you get over that, it's not that you're not lying to yourself. Rather, you are creating yourself. That's what I said to her. Every time she said it, I said exactly. She goes, what do you mean? And I said, you're not lying to yourself. Rather, you're creating yourself. That self that you want to be with your I am. This was huge. And remember, this is what Neville Goddard says. He sees the outer world and all its happenings as projections of the inner world of imagining. That he is you. That's your I am. That's the greater you. And so she really got it when I kept saying exactly. And then she goes, oh, I get it. I go, exactly. You're not lying to yourself. You are creating yourself. Every time you use I am. This is so big. Truth is what you assume and believe it to be right now. The facts are just appearances. You determine the truth by what you're thinking, feeling, assuming, and what you're saying, what you're putting after those words, I am. I really want to hit this today. I want to hit this idea because every time you say I am and you condition it, you're shifting realities. You're shifting lifelines. You're creating a new reality. You're perceiving more of that, all that is, or less, depending on what you're putting after I am, right? You're either limiting it or being unlimited. Either I am unlimited or I am limited. That's your choice. You really only have two. It's love or fear or limited or unlimited. What do you want, right? So let's get this a little bit more. Shifting realities means moving your awareness from the condition, the quote unwanted condition, or what you see as undesirable condition, 3D reality, to that seems so solid and real to you. I've talked about this before, right? This unwanted condition or this 3D reality that's undesirable seems so solid, it seems so real. Would you believe it to be true, right? You will move it from there, your focus and your awareness from there, to the image and assumption of what you would like things to be, how you would like things to be. Remember, all images exist. All images, we've talked about this. All images have an address in infinity. What image do you want to remember or recall or imagine or create? Because they all exist. That's big. It's the awareness of that truth is only a belief. So it's the awareness that truth is only a belief or assumption you are choosing right now. You believe that to be true or the truth. But that truth is just awareness of only a belief or assumption that you have that you're choosing right now. You are I am awareness. You're God. You are imagination. Right? That's the Christ within you, that I amness. That's what Neville Goddard and lots of spiritual teachers are pointing at. But Neville Goddard more than anyone pointed at this idea that God is your imagination. There's divine imagining, divine imagination, the imagination of God that imagines you. And then there's your human imagination, right? As you condition that I am awareness. So with people, this is what Scripture says, this is impossible. Or with men or man, this is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. In other words, with imagination, with your I am, all things are possible. The question is, what are you saying? Are you saying I'm not getting it? Are you saying it feels like I am lying? Because if you are, then you are. And if you're not getting it, you're not getting it. Right? So I know that sounds paradoxical. Here's what Neville Goddard says. Everything possible for you to experience now, in other words, there's no linear time. There's only the eternal now. There's only that one moment. There's only one moment in creation, and you're in it, right? Exists in you as a state of which you are its operant power. You, as a state of which you are its operant power. Everything possible for you now exists as a state to choose from. This is what Neville says. When I say all things exist in the human imagination, I mean in infinite states. This is Neville Goddard pointing to infinite realities, infinite parallel universes, infinite alternative realities, all existing now, all have an address, right? Infinite alternative parallel realities, right? Living in infinite states. This is what Neville says. The basic state from which we operate is our body of belief. Wow. This is the state we return to over and over again. If you believe you are limited, your thoughts flow from that belief. If you believe you're limited, all your thoughts flow from that belief. If you believe you're lying, all your thoughts flow from that belief. Right? If you believe anything you believe, right? If you believe you're not getting it, all your thoughts flow from that belief. What does Jesus say to his disciples and to Simon Peter? But who do you say that I am? That's the question of all time. That's the eternal question. Who do you say you are? You are. Who do you say I am? In other words, how are you going to condition that awareness? Is it a limiting weak being, or is it the infinite multidimensional being? Because that's the only two choices, right? Everything else is a condition of that. This is big. So you are what you are conscious of being. It's that I am. It's that consciousness. I am is God's name within you. It was the name that God gave Moses. I am that I am. Right? Forever and ever. Each time you use I am, you are expressing your faith in God. Interesting. Because faith is either fear or love, in a way, right? You're either expressing, it's still faith in God, faith in your I amness. So when you say I am limited, or I am lying, right? Or whatever it is, or I'm not getting it, you're putting your faith in God. You're putting your faith in I am, and you're believing that. Right? You're identifying with something, right? But each time you use I am in your experience, you're identifying with your unlimited divine self, your imagination. But the question is, as you identify with that unlimited divine self, are you conditioning it with limitations and things you don't want? Or are you conditioning it with more things that have an unlimited nature? I am joyful, I am prosperous, I am abundance, I am unlimited. You're always expressing that unlimited divine self. Do you hear this? But you're either expressing it with fear or faith, with love or fear, with limitation or unlimitedness. It's your decision. I am. You're expressing your faith in God no matter what. Sometimes that faith looks like fear, right? Are you expressing and identifying with love or fear, unlimited you or limited you? Everything possible for you to experience now exists within you. It has to. That is the definition of I am. This is big. I know we've talked about this, but we're really getting at it at a different angle today. When Neville Goddard says, you are living in infinite states right now, it implies infinite realities. It implies you are standing in infinite realities. You're living those right now, all of those, as a multidimensional being. But yet you're perceiving less than 0.1% a reality that you have now collapsed with your beliefs, with your body of beliefs, your body of assumptions. But you can occupy any of those. And in fact, you do. Every time you shift a belief, assumption, a mood, right? An emotion, a feeling, you're shifting realities, however subtle that is, right? Pointing to your infinite, multidimensional divine nature as I am. You're always pointing to that. Always pointing that divine nature. You, the 3D world, the universe is the quantum field. The quantum field, infinity, God, is holographic and non-local. We've talked about this. The universe is within you. The 3D world is within you. You are one with the quantum field, one with God. My Father and I are one, but my Father is greater than I. This is the whole thing. Every part or aspect of a hologram or a holographic nature, of the one energy of God, of that one love, contains the whole. Every part of it. And is everything and everywhere right now in all time. That means you're in all realities right now. That's what that means. It's a matter of, it's a perception. It's your perception. What is your perception of 3D reality? What's your perception of who you are, right? Everything you could ever desire or want to experience is already within you, everywhere, all the time. Just like the movie, right? Everywhere and everything, all at once. You're everywhere and everything all at once. That's it, really. So, Neville Goddard, I am is the awareness of being. When you say I am, you're speaking as God. Add any word and you have a limit on an infinite being. You have a limit on an infinite being. You hear this, you're limiting that infinite being. Add any word to I am, right? Remember, and he's saying you're that awareness, right? You are that awareness. I am, that awareness of being. And what you're aware of becomes. So the question is, remember the movie projector analogy, that you're projecting on the screen of time and space. You create the screen of time and space. You project it. You project your reality. So your focus, if your focus is on the projections, I am limited, or I feels like I'm lying to myself, right? All of those things, right? You're projecting that on the screen of time and space. You become that. That's your reality. Where is your attention and focus and awareness? That's the only question, right? When your attention and awareness is on the outer screen of 3D time and space, you're choosing the same film roll over and over again. And therefore you live the same experiences over and over again. Do you see this? This is where your power is, to choose the film roll, to choose the reality. Yes, to choose your identity. Who do you want to be? What reality do you want to occupy? How do you choose? We're going to talk about that again, by imagining or assuming how you want things to be as though they are. Because you're creating it. When you say I am, you're creating it in that moment. When you say I am limited, when you say I'm not getting it, then you're not getting it. Ever. Until you change that, right? Your attention awareness is on the outer screen, right? The same film roll. So what do? And here's an example of a film roll. So now we're taking this idea, the movie analogy, here, the film roll, the slides, that I am awareness, and we're showing it here. There are infinite film rolls, infinite number of slides, infinite possibilities in infinity, right? And here's your current film roll or your current script. Remember, every film roll has a set script. And you can't change the script within any film roll, but you can change the film roll. You can move to a new reality. You can't change the reality that you're in, but you can shift to a new reality, to a new identity, to a new you. Do you see this? That's what we're talking about. So you're in the current frame, as we've talked about. That's your future frame. That's your wish fulfilled. That's how you would like things to be. Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're imagining things that are going to get worse. Whatever you're imagining, that's what you'll move to. You're not going to move within this script. You're going to move to a new film roll. You're always moving alternate realities. But when you get stuck here in the current frame, when your focus is on that screen of time and space, here or here, this keeps you in a very similar film roll over and over again. It's the same film roll played over and over again, right? One of the infinite film rolls or lifelines or realities or scripts. It looks like different, but it's the same, right? Instead of judging and trying to change the current frame, the projection of the screen of time and space, right? The current frame. Illuminate the future frame, imagining your wish fulfilled, right? By imagining your wish fulfilled, by assuming it, by rolling this idea of how you would like things to be as though they are. As though they are. Stand in that conviction. See that new reality through your eyes now, right? Move your attention off dwelling on the screen of time and space and move within. That's where worlds are created, right? Truth depends upon the intensity of imagination, not upon external facts. This is Neville Goddard. What's he saying here? The screen, not external facts, are the screen of time and space, or the current frame. Truth does not depend on that current frame, which you're seeing, or the screen of time and space, right? What does it depend on? It depends on the intensity of your imagination. It depends on you imagining your wish fulfilled, choosing, illuminating that future frame within, right? Remember, all images exist. It's merely you putting your focus on that. You could be receiving the image that you want or conjuring it, but they all exist, right? So truth, guys, again, depends on the intensity of the imagination, not upon the external facts. So you're not making up, you're not lying to yourself. Hear this. Here's the big message today. Here's the big takeaway. You're creating yourself, that real you, who you're going to be now in this moment. That's how reality is what you say it is. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. You can follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful. We also have a group called the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors. You can follow us there at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen. And we have a website at tomkaren.com or besomethingwonderful.com. Until next time, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom. See you soon.